Yeah, Richie Rich here, Creative Peaceful Consultant. Yeah, so how do you deal with people that you disagree with? Okay. I was having a conversation with someone and there were certain topics were brought up that we kind of disagree. And you see a lot of that now, especially in the election coming up in the US. And you can see that in society, family members, and everything else. People need to learn to agree to disagree. Okay? There's nothing wrong with having difference of opinions. Because, that's how you have change and everything else. But you also have to be tolerant of other people. And accept them for who they are and leave it go at that and not get don't get emotionally upset by them because of their decision, because then that brings on anxiety onto you, and that's not a good thing, because then you take on their burden, and that's another way of caring, and caring is kind of not a good thing, because you're taking on someone's anxiety. I'm not saying you shouldn't love them, I'm not saying that at all. But the whole caring is a whole topic in itself, but you don't want to take on someone's anxiety of if they're in pain or you disagree with them. Maybe they did something you didn't agree with. That's fine. You can disagree with their decision and love that person, or appreciate that person, but do not hold any resentment. Learn to agree to disagree and then move forward. And that's really what's going on now in a lot of Western societies. No one's tolerant of other people. You got to be tolerant of other people. And that's not very productive if we're not tolerant. Because that's how you, if you're tolerant of someone else, whether it's a family, friends, or a community, then you can get along. But when you are not being tolerant, that's when you have conflict, and then people get their backs up, and then and to the extreme it gets to violence, because you don't agree with someone else, and you're right and they're wrong, and they think they're right and you're wrong, and it doesn't matter who's right or who's wrong. The big thing at that time is to be tolerant of the other person's decision, so you can go forward. So what's today's message is being tolerant of other people and learn to agree to disagree, and just accept it. Be okay with it. Like I said, I had this conversation with someone today. We're talking about him coming over to Vietnam, and there was certain things was said about not so much coming over here, but about the process and everything else, and I totally disagree with what he was doing, and I could sense in myself that I was getting a little disturbed by it. So I got to check myself. I said, look, this is this. We got to learn to agree to disagree, and then I calmed down. I wasn't angry with this person or anything else. Not at that time, when the topics were coming up. I was a little more vocal, but I could sense it was irritating me a wee bit. So I just kind of we finished our conversation, and then I sent a message later on via voicemail to say a couple things, and to know that I still love him and everything else, and we're moving forward. And regardless of your decision, we're still going to be communicating. We didn't have a fight or anything like that, but we're still going to be, might have difference of opinion, but we'll still be able to talk and learn to agree to disagree and talk about other topics as well that we can relate on at times. And there's nothing wrong having a discussion that you disagree with, because sometimes it brings up points you never thought about, and vice versa. So anyway, the big thing is learn to agree to disagree, or learn to be tolerant of other people's opinions. Whether you think they're right or wrong, it doesn't matter, because everybody's on their own path. So anyway, don't forget to look at my report, and that is lifeoptimizationreport.com. You can check that out. You can get my ebook, Operate at Your Peak, and I got my course, which is 4 steps to getting yourself unstuck. So, and especially if you're in a situation where if you don't know what to do, and get that course for you as well. Anyway, I'm Richie Rich, Creative Peaceful Consultant. We will talk to you later. Bye for now.